Anyway, all right, here we go. It's good to be back in the studio with everybody. We have a super dope guest today. He's a comedian. He's a funny ass comic, by the way. He performs monthly, not every month, but he's often performed at the Stairway Comedy Club. That's where I've heard him numerous times. He's very foul, very inappropriate, and he brings the house down every time.
Feel so warm.
Every time.
He's trying to fuck you.
Talking about talking about Michael D'Angelo. Michael, you know him a little better than I do.
Yeah.
Solo?
So on our podcast, what we like to do is we like to talk about like how someone's childhood was, how they got into what they're doing, and going from nothing to success. And that's another story here we have with you.
I just got to get to the success.
Yeah, exactly. You're just nothing right now.
Yeah,
but you're going to get there.
Hopefully.
And you're there.
I've made when you're an artist, you got to kind of die. You have to die too, but you have to make peace with the idea that you'll probably die poor and alone.
Really?
Yeah. That's like it's like probably going to happen more than the success thing. But it's like,
see, I'm successful, but I also know I'm going to die alone. My track history with women has shown that.
yeah, the artist lifestyle, it's hard enough to in the regular world to like, maintain a relationship. And it's like, oh yeah, I get all this attention on stage and shit. I'm traveling. I talk about crazy shit.
And you let all the girls give you blowjobs. Your girlfriend's
not anymore, like not any less, but not anymore. No, I'm in a new season of my life now where I stay away from. You know what happened to me is I fucked like 3 crazy girls in a row, and it scared the fuck out of me, dude.
Every girl that I've fucked in a row from the very beginning one has been crazy. So.
Yeah,
crazy
man.
we talking about?
Like just like women, and not like to shit on them. Like we're all going through it, but like I had sex with 3 women that scared me, and I was like, oh,
like
man.
what they do that scared you?
Yeah. They just, what if they hear this? I don't want to. I do not want to provoke them. Listen, here's what I'll say. I had a great time with them. They just scared me. That's all. So I took like a real lesson in the last couple of years to just slow the fuck down.
And restraining orders really well now and all that.
Yeah, no restraining orders. Just
Michael did that after he got pegged.
I was just having too much fun.
Jesus.
I've never been pegged, dude.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
No, exit only for me, man.
Yeah. So talk about your career today. As a comedian, yeah.
My career today.
Yeah.
I try to headline as much as I can. My main thing right now is I run this tour where I do shows for the military. That's kind of like that's what I'm trying to push. It's called the Rapid Fire Comedy Tour, and it started because when I moved to LA, I wasn't getting stage time out here. Like nobody fucked with me. Everybody thought I was some dickhead Republican or something like that. Like nobody liked me. I was talking about crazy shit. I'd only been doing comedy for like 4 years in the bar scene in Vegas, so I came out here as like this super eager guy to grow and do well, and it was very abrasive to this scene, and nobody wanted to. Everybody's like, well, fuck this guy. And I didn't get stage time, so I was like, damn, what am I doing out in SoCal? I'm supposed to develop out here.
So you had to say you're a vegan now, and then they let you go on stage.
No, fuck that. That's never vegan. I'd rather be gay than vegan. At least you could still eat meat, No, so I was like, man, who am I supposed to be performing for? Like, man, if these crowds don't like me, and I realized all my buddies in the Marine Corps, they were like, yo, you should do comedy. So I sent 400 letters out to Marine Corps units, and I was like, yo, I'm a Marine, I'm a comic, I'll come out and perform for you guys anywhere, anytime, any place, and started doing shows for them. And I've done a lot of them, but most of them are free, because trying to get the government and the Marine Corps to get funds together for entertainment, it's not realistic. It doesn't happen. So I've done maybe I don't know, a few dozen of these shows.
That's cool.
And I've been paid for 3 of them.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So that's the career right now. It's a lot of it's a lot of trying to get money and
I know it's a nonprofit, but
it's a nonprofit.
Literally, it's a nonprofit. You're not even getting paid. So.
We're not trying to fucking make money and shit like that. But now I'm at this place in my career where I'm like, all right, I don't need to get fucking rich, but I need to be able to pay my bills so I can do this full time. You know what I mean? So now cool. I'm having different conversations with different groups and different units. And
why is that your passion for the military?
They're just really good crowds.
And you were in the military.
Yeah, and I was in the Marine Corps, and they need it too. These guys fucking have miserable weeks and months where they're getting fucked over by their unit, or they're just doing really intense training, or they come back from a tour and they need some morale. They need camaraderie. They need their welfare boosted a little bit, And when we come out and do these shows, it's funny after the show, guys always come to us and be like, man, we thought this was going to suck, dude. We thought this was going to be fucking dumb, man. This is weird. We thought it was going to be super weird. But you guys rocked, man. We needed this. This was awesome. This was so much fun. And we get invited back a lot of times.
That's awesome. Do you do you're known for this bit that I think is fucking super funny about?
Oh, yeah, I do it for them, too.
Oh, you do that? That being, what do you?
I talk about it's the whole idea of like a dude fucking a dude is like the most masculine because like women are soft.
Yeah.
They're kind. They smell good. They got nice feet. It's almost gayer to fuck a woman. Like fucking a dude's like building a house with your bare hands. No tools, no ladder, no condom.
She told me the same thing, but she's eating pussy.
Come on.
She's living the dream, dude.
She's living the dream. I know. She is living the dream.
And you guys got the highest divorce rate. Lucky you, huh?
Pussy monster.
Oh, they do. That is so funny. So, how long were you in the Marine Corps for?
5 years.
Wow.
Yeah, I was gonna do it 8 years, but my back started getting messed up, and they were like, "You can get out, or we can give you a new job." And at that point, I had I was pissed off at my leadership, my unit. I was
What
like,
unit were you
I'm
in?
fucking out of here. I was out of Las Vegas, Fox 223.
So what is that? Is that infantry?
We're a line company, yeah.
Okay.
We were split between Las Vegas and Salt Lake City. Half of our unit was in Salt Lake City. The other half was in Las Vegas. Called us the Saints and Sinners.
Have you been in conflict?
No, not in the Marine Corps. This was funny. People always ask me, they're like, "Did you fucking go to war? Did you get to get into some shit?" It's like, no, man. All my combat experiences before I joined the Marine Corps. The Marine Corps was chill, man. I had it was like a vacation. It's funny. I joined the Marine Corps, and it was the first time I got 3 meals a day and got to sleep in a bed every night. It was fucking crazy. I was like, "Whoa, why do I feel calm? Like, I'm not in survival mode here. That's wild."
I'm not in survival mode in the military.
For real, yeah. It was a real shock to my system because I thought it was going to be like crazy chaos, and I was like, oh, this is like there's control and like stability,
Structure and
consistency. Structure and stability. Whereas like growing up, it was just fucking chaos.
Why is that?
Time. My parents were fucking addicts, and it was like I went to a different school every year from kindergarten all the way up till I joined the Marine Corps.
Are you serious?
Yeah, we were like homeless and shit. Like I was that kid that like for like elementary school and middle school, I had every piece of clothing, which wasn't much, and all my shit in my backpack every time I went to school because I didn't know where we were going to be the next night. So it was like, just like constant uncertainty and fucking just like, we'll see. Whatever's going to happen.
And your whole life was that way, your whole childhood?
So backing up, like the full story is in 1995, my dad lost everything. He lost his company. He was doing drugs. Him and my mom were going crazy.
What did he do for a living? What company?
He ran a construction company. It was called D'Angelo's Wallpaper Painting and Drywall, and it was like really successful. In 1990, the year I was born, he built a custom home out in the desert in Vegas, and he got the contract when they opened the Mirage. It was like the first resort in Vegas, and he got the contract to do all the wallpaper and painting inside the Mirage. And he was making like gang money. He was killing it.
And how old were you then?
I was in 90. I was born, so we lost everything by the time I was 5. I remember he came in my room one night.
So they like fucked you over. You didn't even get to experience
Oh yeah,
shit.
it was shitty. He came in my room one night. And he told me, he was like crying. He was like, "I'm sorry, I fucked up. We're gonna lose everything."
At a 5-year-old.
Yeah. Wow. Shit still fucks me up.
Yeah, it's like, well, that's a lot of pressure for a 5-year-old.
Yeah,
You're looking for advice, Dad? Or?
Maybe wait a few years.
Turn off SpongeBob, son.
Yeah.
That was
I'm
cool.
sure your little brain can process this that I'm going to tell you right now.
You have siblings?
I have an older sister, 6 years older than me, but it was so chaos that like by the time she was 16, she took off. Like I joined the Marine Corps when I was 17. Like as soon as we were old enough to like get the fuck out, we bounced. But and then so we lost the house, and then from there it was just like living with other tweakers and just.
Is that what he lost it because he was on meth?
He lost it for a lot of reasons. My dad made his own bed. He made a lot of his own choices. He fucked himself up. But my mom, was the devil.
The one.
She was the devil.
Oh man, she fucked him up, and I watched her do it too. It was like she's a real evil person.
What'd she do?
She's a heroin addict. She was a fucking junkie, and she was just like a manipulative, sociopathic woman, and she just like destroyed him. And my dad loved her. He kept trying to help her. He kept trying to help her and help her and help her. Sent her to rehab, and when she got out of prison, he was like constantly.
When she got out of prison.
Yeah, she went to prison for like selling coke and committing fraud and shit like that, and he kept trying to help her. He like gave her money, just helped her start like a nail company, put her in nail school and all this shit, and then she just like kept relapsing and all this stuff, and he kept letting her come around, and basically so. When he still had the house and everything was going well, my dad was like running this construction company. He's like full-time out. He's got to be on jobs and make sure everything's going well.
Yeah.
And, you know, he would come home at night at the end of the night, and he'd come home, my sister be in her crib, her face is swollen from crying, her diaper's full of shit, like, where the fuck? And he would, like, clean up my sister. My mom would come home a couple hours later, and he'd be like, where the fuck you been? She's like, oh, I left for 10 minutes, like that kind of shit.
Oh, fuck.
And now he's, like, trying to do work, but also, like, take care of the kid. And then I'm and it's like, he starts, like, not going to work and doing all this shit. And my mom kind of got him into doing meth and shit like that.
That's the best way to not get off drugs, that when you're fucking with somebody. It's usually the other way. It's the men that get the women.
Yeah, and I'm sure they were both, not to put it all on my mom, I'm sure they were both fucking, had their own fucking problems, but I got to witness her, like, really just some evil shit, man. Really just a bad person. And yeah, so he lost everything. He started, like, he ended up, like, you know, not being able to stay on jobs and losing contracts. And then my mom was, like, spending his money faster than he could make it. And he was like,
so what was her drug of choice? Heroin and what?
she's heroin, meth, coke.
And meth, okay.
My dad just did meth. He thought he oh, well, fucking, this was back in the 90s in Vegas. He was like, oh, man, my dad rode a Harley, and she's like, I could fucking sell this. So my dad started cooking meth.
Oh, shit.
To
Contractor to cooking meth.
Yeah, he was like, oh, I bet I could fucking, you know, I make some money and fill the gaps in this shit. But then he started hiring tweakers, and tweakers started stealing from him and shit like that. And it just, like, all just fucking imploded. He had, like, he took a mortgage out on the house, even though he already owned it and all that. And then it foreclosed on him. We had to get rid of everything and lost it. And then it was just, like, hopping around, living on other tweakers' floors.
How old were you then by that time?
We lost the house when I was 5.
Okay.
Yeah, when I was like 5, 6 years old.
Oh, wow. Yeah. And then for how long were you living like that?
We bounced around. I could tell you my freshman year of high school was the first time we got to, like, rent a house again. That was when he was finally clean, and we weren't living in, like, fucking shitty. We lived in. I spent like 3 or 4 different Easters in, like, weeklies. Like little fucking weekly shitty hotel like that. Like a lot of time like that. Elementary school was like chaos, carrying my shit in my backpack everywhere we went.
And the teachers or nobody ever got involved? CPS, nothing like that?
No, I mean, it never happened. I did get taken by the state once when I was in 4th grade. Our house got raided, and they took me, and I was there for a couple weeks, and I thought that was it. I was like, that's it. It's over now.
Yeah.
Like, bye. But my dad got out of jail a couple weeks later, came and got me.
Were you glad that you were taken?
No, it was terrible. I
them,
was terrified. I was like, oh, please. And I was like, it was the first time, you know, I didn't believe in God or anything, but it was the first time as a kid I was like praying, like, oh, please, like, I won't cuss anymore. Like, just let my family come and get me, you know? Sometimes I look back, and I'm glad my dad came and got me, but I think about what my life would have been like if I would have just gotten absorbed into the state. And, like,
you wouldn't be funny.
Who I would have become.
Wouldn't be funny.
I don't know. Maybe I'd have been molested. I'd been
You
even
probably would have been
funnier.
molested and not funny. Yeah. you have to have just enough trauma to be funny.
Yeah, I don't know. The jury's still out on that. We'll see.
So, wow. So then when you got when you guys finally got a house and rented it in 9th grade, was your mother still around?
No. So when I was about 15, I told my dad, I was like, if you let her come around, because he kept letting her come back, and she would come back and just, like, spin out and, like, destroy, get us evicted out of apartment.
What would she do?
Just fucking junky shit, like steal from my dad and, like, start fights and get into arguments with him. My sister would come back and live with me and my dad every once in a while, and my sister would just, my mom got my sister high on meth for the first time when she was like 15.
Oh, fuck.
So it turned my sister into a fucking addict, and her and my sister were just, anytime they would get around each other, they were, like, trying to kill one another.
And you weren't using it?
No, I was middle school, I was, like, smoking cigarettes and drinking beer and shit.
Wow.
At what age did you look at your parents and see this is an addiction issue here?
Oh, very early
clearly.
on. Like, when we lost the house, I remember watching my dad cook meth in the bathroom. I remember seeing that shit and being like, I remember coming in on my mom and seeing, like, needles in her arm asleep on the toilet and shit.
So you
like that.
figured
I knew
it out young.
very, very early on. I was like, oh, these guys. And that's kind of like why I am the way that I am now. And in one way is that, like, I'm a super control freak. I'm like very, like, need to be, it's hard for me to give up power to anybody because I craved, so I watched all the adults, the important figures in my life, make terrible decisions. So now I just don't trust anybody to do anything. I've been doing my own laundry since I was 6 years old. You know what I mean? Like, I have to like really trust you.
I relate to everything you're saying right now.
Yeah, dude,
I relate to everything you're saying.
I can't just, like, I can't just, like, trust people with anything. Like, I gotta know that you can fucking, like, that you're capable and all that shit. I'm very like I need like structure and stability.
Yeah, same.
Craved that shit.
Yeah, I had a fucked up childhood too, so I truly understand what you're talking about and how
Yeah,
you
it's
felt.
hard to give up control to people, especially. I mean, even if they're not addicts, like regular people are fucking stupid too.
Yeah, they're stupid too. Yeah.
Some regular people, you're like, man, you should do drugs. I think you should get high. Maybe you'd be fucking better.
At least you'd have an excuse.
You'd be a
Yeah,
better,
right?
you'd be a better hang at the very least. It'd be fucking fun.
Wow. So your dad. So at 15, you drew a boundary, and your dad actually.
I told him I was like, if you let her come around again, I'm leaving. I was like, I'm gonna take off, and he stopped letting her come around, and I hadn't seen her. I haven't seen her since I was 15.
Oh shit! So you haven't seen your mom? You know,
She OD'd last year.
and died.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I mean, you know, I've had more time to process it now, and it makes me sad that I never got to really like have a mom and all that shit, and you know, it would have been nice to like talk to her as a normal person and be like, talk to her about life or have a woman I could go to.
Yeah.
But when I found out she died, it was like a weight got lifted on my shoulders. I was like, I felt like I was always worried she was going to show up somewhere at a show. So I'm terrified
At a
of her.
show and do a scene or something.
Yeah, I was terrified of her. Like, she's just like a hardcore manipulator, and just like, and I just didn't never wanted to deal with her. I didn't want to see her or anything. So when I found out she died, I was like, oh man, like I'm gonna sleep good tonight. Like it was like an intense feeling of like relief. Like, oh, I never have to deal with her ever again.
No.
I called my dad because my cousin called and told me. He's like, hey, we just found out, my cousin on my mom's side. He's like, we just found out she died. And I called my dad. I was like, yo, guess what? Fucking mom's dead. He goes, what? I was like, yeah, I just found out. And we both just kind of like, whoa.
Wow. So he was glad she was dead too.
I mean, I can't speak for him. I don't know. I'm sure it probably fucked him up in a different way, And it fucks me up too, but it's like.
What about your sister?
It fucked her up really bad too. My mom, like, I had a terrible childhood, but my sister had it like 10 times worse, way worse. So my sister, my sister had it way. I can't speak on her stories, but she had it way, way worse.
A woman's version of having to go through what?
Oh man,
Yeah, I
she
understand.
got it makes me really mad. That's another reason I'm mad at my mom, not just for me, but for what she did to my sister.
Where's she at today? Your sister?
She does like. She like bounces around for some construction company that does like different projects around the country, and she like works for them on piece by piece basis, shit like
Did
that.
she end up getting clean?
As far as I know, but unfortunately, I kind of had to draw a boundary with her a couple years ago, and I haven't talked to her in a little while. We're kind of on a break right now.
Got it. Do you think that your relationship with your mother plays a part in your relationships with women?
Absolutely.
How so?
I'm living in it now, dude. I'm in therapy right now. For it. How so? I mean, I was very self-aware as a kid, but even like you could be super self-aware, like, oh, my parents are drug addicts. Oh, I have to do my own laundry. Like you can be aware of that shit, but there's tons of things that you don't even realize is happening on the surface. And one of the things is just like, as a kid, you don't even realize you need like a nurturing, and
Especially
all
as a boy. A boy needs a mother.
Yeah, I was like, I have like hardcore abandonment and neglect issues that I'm not even aware, because as a kid I was like, oh yeah, it just is what it is. It's one thing my dad always says. He goes, as a kid, like you never like cried or freaked out through all that shit. You never complained, and it's like that's probably not a good thing.
Yeah, exactly.
I never got to cope with all that shit, and I used other things to cope. Like I was, as a young kid, I was like masturbating at an early age, self-soothing for dopamine hits that way, and then got in elementary school or middle school, and I started drinking beer and fucking running around doing crazy shit with kids, and high school drinking, smoking weed. And you think like, oh, it's just kid shit, but it's like, no, I was coping with this fucking extremely unstable and this like missing piece that you're supposed to have.
Right. Yeah.
And then as an adult, I'm like, oh, why do I have a hard time like being still and being by myself and being like quiet and not like constantly like trying to work and do stuff? It's like, because your body's still like trying to avoid all that energy and that feeling, that lack of, and I just never got to process it. I never processed any of that shit. And now, with women, if I meet like a woman I like, I get, like normal relationship, you meet a girl you like, start seeing a girl you like, you're like, oh fuck, you get anxious a little bit, I don't want to fuck this up, what does she like me, all the normal stuff. But for me, it's like kind of turned up a couple degrees, because now I'm like, if a woman pulls away, if I really like a woman and she pulls away from me, I'm kind of like, oh no, the last woman I had a connection with that pulled away from me was my mom. It's like, so my body goes through this shit and starts to project this shit onto this girl that has nothing to do with that. So I have to do a lot of like maintenance on myself in relationships. I have to stay very aware of like how I'm responding to stimulus and shit like that.
I relate 100%. My mother's dead too. Both my parents are dead, and my mother left me at 6, and so I never had that either. And it definitely shows itself the most in female relationships and romantic relationships. But if you're aware of it, I being aware of it and being able to practice taking the contrary action of what you want to do or say or push away. I don't know about you. I don't know if your thing is, because some people with the same stuff we have, I notice either latch on easy and they hold on and try to hold on, or the opposite is like me, is it's hard for me to commit and to want them. I will decide that I don't want them for some reason, and I'll push them away is what I end up doing.
Are you like super picky?
I am super picky.
Me too.
Yeah.
Extremely picky.
Now, you know what's funny about that? We're actually not picky. We have reasons to not allow someone that will actually love us in our life, but we think we're being picky about it. But I think it's...
Mic drop.
That's fucking heavy, man. I'm not ready for that chapter.
Because I analyze this shit, because it's like, fuck, bro, you fucking tried. Like, he has a great marriage. You look at... he ain't a regular person. He's a fucking doctor that smoked crack and fucking destroyed his life. But
He's a degenerate.
Yeah, but how many times you got to fall off the bike before you learn how to ride? You know what I mean? This
All right. Go ahead, Michael.
you look at people with like relationships, and they're able to like do them and all that different shit, and it's like, you know, fuck, they're hard for some of us, and it's exactly that. It's the attachment issues that we have from our mother, and a mother's supposed to, even when you're born. You would probably know more than I do on developing of the brain, but I know that there's some chemical or something that's released when they put the baby in the mother's
Oxytocin.
Oxytocin.
arms.
There's also dopamine. There's all kinds of stuff.
Serotonin.
You know, the thing is, no, for Oxycontin. Right. No, I think I will. I'm glad you're in therapy, because you hit the nail on the head that a lot of the things a lot of the behaviors we have as adults, even me, everybody in this room, were actually programmed throughout childhood, adolescence, and early adulthood, and we may not even be aware of it, especially trauma stuff. When you're talking about abandonment or feelings of rejection or being disposed of or unseen or unheard at 5 years of age, your brain, we're all born with a brain that has an operating system, but it's not running anything. And the whole point of the next 20 years or 25 years is to program and get the thing running, our apps, if you will. But your apps are forming, you're you're programming your brain on how to respond to this at the age of 5, to having no contact, no affection, no maternal love, feelings of abandonment, feelings of being disposed of or ignored or inconsequential, whatever. Over the course of a childhood, your brain is actually constantly learning how to adapt to that. So then you walk into it. A lot of people think that brain development is kind of, the programming phase is kind of complete at mid-20s. By the time you're in your mid-20s, your computer basically is fully programmed. And you're taking those programs, and now you're trying to form new relationships, attached to women. You're seeking out that there may be things that you want, but there's another part of your brain that has learned through repetition over the course of many, many years, in the most formative years. Through repetition, your brain has learned to say no, to say never, to walk away, even if it feels good. Maybe fear of abandonment. If it does feel healthy, I'm going to cut this cord before she cuts it. Those are learned behaviors, and only through therapy, I think, and trauma work, can you can unlearn those things. But that's why people, it's not uncommon. That's another reason. You said it yourself when you started to drink and smoke weed. A lot of people drink and smoke weed because they enjoy it. Yeah, I fucking love it. I love just twisting one up and getting fucked off a little bit and turning on Jerry Springer and whatever. I just enjoy that. You said it yourself. That's not what I was doing. I was coping.
Yeah.
So you learn to artificially cope in one way or another over the course of, from the age of 5, maybe 3, all the way from birth, all the way up until you're in the military. If those coping strategies have not been what we would consider healthy for an adult, You got to do something about those because they're still, whether you're consciously aware of it or not, they're still going to affect the decisions you make, how close you can become with another person. And in cases like everybody else in this room, the coping
Speak for yourself, Kevin.
of using drugs and alcohol becomes a very regular thing. It becomes automatic, reflexive. And only through therapy, treatment, and repetition, really, you can definitely crack those nuts, but it takes a lot of work.
That's why, if you're, and I know you're not an addict, but for us that are addicts in recovery, that's also why the steps probably work.
Absolutely, no, I think
It's
so.
it's that repetition.
Yeah.
You
Because
got a lot
when
of
I
work
got
to
into
do.
therapy, I'll say this: when I got into therapy, there were a couple of things that my therapist, Christina, Christina, told me that I had, or limitations that I had, past trauma. If you don't quit fucking laughing, right? That I vehemently denied. Fucking, that's nonsense. After about a year of therapy, I started to see, no, it's actually not nonsense. I can see this now. But they remain hidden. As long as they're working for me, I don't question them. I don't dig deep.
Yeah.
And that's why I do think that's why the steps are so valuable for people like us, because you can't do an honest fourth step, Michael, without digging up some stuff. The point isn't to shame people. I hear that all the time. It's not shame-basing. It's not shame-based treatment. What it is we're bringing things to light that I just refuse to acknowledge that continue to influence me every single day. So I think it's good that you're in therapy. That was a very long-winded way of saying
What modality of therapy do you know?
I did talk therapy for a while, and that was like,
Yeah, stupid.
it'll make you feel better in the moment to just kind of talk and process it. But now I'm doing CBT, and I'm also doing what's this other shit that I'm doing? It's I don't explain it. It's called brain paint.
Yeah, neurofeedback.
Brain pain.
Neurofeedback.
You're doing
And
neurofeedback.
it's,
Yeah.
it's
I do that at my center.
It's really helping.
Yeah, we provide that at our center.
It's like it's strangely like giving me a lot of like clarity into a lot of issues. Really weird because
That's cool.
The way the guy explained it to me is like I get in these like this anxious like thought pattern of rumination. It could be about anything. It could be about like serious trauma. It could just be like life, right? Job, career, relationship, shit like that. But I'll get into like these fucking thought loops, and I'm like, well, why can't I fucking like break out of this? Like, where's my logic at? And he was talking about how like shit doesn't make it into the next stage of your brain of thought process where you get to like, it gets to get completed and you go, because this, or whatever. And I've been doing a few sessions. I've done like 4 sessions with him. And every time I leave, I feel different. And usually the first time I did it, the first session I did, that night, I woke up in the middle of the night and I had like this really profound like connection. I was like, oh, fuck. I'm doing this because of this. And like, it was like a lot of shit just like came together and like brought my cortisol levels down. I was like, oh, I understand what's happening to me now.
Oh, wow.
So that's been like super helpful. And it's like, the alpha theta brainwave shit.
Yep.
So yeah, that and CBT and just like, talking to more friends too. I'm such a loner. Stand-up comedy is already.
You have to have a community, bro, to heal.
Yeah.
I don't care if you're an addict or not an addict. To
agree.
heal,
I agree.
you have to heal in a community. It's the only way, bro.
You know what helped me heal was I had this one chick sucking my dick, the other one was my asshole. At the same time, that helped me heal the one time. Just the one time it helped me. That and the color by numbers. That helped me heal.
Yeah, Eric's working on a book right now.
Yeah, you can tell how intelligent he is.
Yeah,
Right?
a recovery pop-up book.
Yeah, it's a pop-up.
It's definitely a pop-up.
It's a recovery
Put your
pop-up.
dick through the hole.
Exactly like a popcorn bucket.
With scratch and sniff stickers.
Yeah, scratch and sniff. Yeah, exactly.
Smells like venereal disease.
Oh, definitely. Like I have a fish-colored one. I have a fish one.
come
You know what I
on.
mean?
Come
Like a
on.
300-pound grouper on a dock.
It comes with a test kit.
All right, so take us up. So you turned 17 years old,
Yeah.
and did you graduate high school? Or did you just go
kinda.
straight?
Kinda.
What's that mean?
No, so the summer before I joined the Marine Corps, I had this turning point where I was out in the street. My friend was getting jumped, and I ran out there to help him, and someone sliced my face open with a straight razor. And that was kind of like this wake up call where I was like, oh fuck, now I'm in the thick of it. Because all my friends were like I said, I've always craved structure. I was always trying to Like when I turned 15, I fucking got my first job, got a work permit, saved every check, bought my first car. Like I was like trying to get to a place where I had stability. But my friends wanted to be like gangbangers and shit. They liked being in the streets. They liked getting into fights. And we went from like small time kid shit, you know, to like, you know, like from like breaking windows and getting into abandoned houses and starting fires and fighting each other and stealing.
And fighting each other.
Yeah, stealing from the grocery store, like low level kid shit.
Yeah.
To like we got older and then they started like fighting adults, carrying guns, selling dope, going to getting sent to juvenile hall, getting sent to youth camp, started going to jail. Guys started getting shot and, you know, crazy shit. And I was just, I didn't do any of that shit. Like, I was just around, like, I rode around in the stolen cars with him. I was with him when we got into a fight, so I got my ass beat too. Like, I was just there for it because my home life was so unstable. I was like, I'm not going to be at home, you know? So
And you think you were looking for love in this dysfunctional friend group?
I was absolutely looking for camaraderie and love and connection and all that shit.
That's why I joined gangs. That's
Yeah,
the whole-
and that's how that shit happens.
Yep.
Exactly. And I couldn't mentally separate myself from them because I was like, this is my family. Like,
Yep.
these are my boys. I didn't, you know, do any of the crazy shit, but I was there for it.
So you got your
And,
face cut. How old were you? 17?
I was 16, 4th of
16,
July,
damn.
2007.
I have a question. Did you live in North Las Vegas?
No, I lived off, I got my face sliced open on Vegas Drive in Jones.
Okay.
Yeah. So not,
It just sounds like North Las Vegas shenanigans to
The
me.
trick over there.
I lived in North Las Vegas for a little while. I
Yeah.
grew up over there
And
too.
how
That checks
severe
out.
was that cut?
32 stitches. It was deep. At one point right here, you could see all the way through. Like it was swung. It was like all the meat was hanging open, and right here was the deepest. And it even went across and hit this lip too.
Oh, fuck. Were you like, what the fuck?
I mean, it happened so fast, adrenaline and shit. I didn't even know my face was hanging up, but someone else had to tell me.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, they were like, "Look at your face." And
Has that increased the amount of pussy that you got after that?
sure,
But crazy, but crazy
Yes,
pussy.
just admit it.
You change the story up ever? You're like,
That's a good enough story. That's a good enough story as it is.
that's what's funny. People are like, "Oh, you should tell crazy stories." I'm like, the real ones for
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah. You don't have to make
you
no,
should
no.
say you got it eating pussy. Gotta be
Yeah. Someone's got to punch up his jokes. No, it's crazy because everybody's like, "Oh, chicks dig scars," but no one. The thing is everybody's like, "Yeah, chicks, you get pussy." No one ever talks about what kind of chicks dig
Yeah.
scars, though. That's the fucking
yeah.
problem, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
they're
the
fucking,
riffraff.
they're fucking. I'm so tired of fucking chicks from Philly, dude. It's like,
That's where Eric's from.
dude, I was fucking this girl from Philly. She goes, "I'm finna come." I was like, I'm finna go. I'm gonna go, bro.
That's when they want to get punched. That's when you know to punch them right in the face.
Yeah, it's been intense, man. Yeah, a lot of colorful encounters, that's for sure.
From the scar.
But fast forward, as all my friends are starting to go to jail and some of them are getting shot and shit, and my face sliced up, and I'm like, I got to get the fuck out of Las Vegas. I can't be here.
Yeah.
So the middle of my junior year, they released us for winter break, and I went to the office and got the transcripts, and I went down to the community college, and I was like, yo, I want to take my GED. Took my GED, got the results a couple weeks later, and then I went to the recruiting office, and I was like, I went to the Navy office. I was like, I want to be a SEAL. They're like, we're not taking GEDs right now. I was like, fuck, dude, I just left high school. Like, what do I do? And then the Marine Corps office was right next door. I went in there, and they were like, yeah, we got you. We'll set
Why'd you
up.
want to be a Marine out of all the rest of them?
Because I didn't want to be in the Army.
Why?
Because it just seemed like Gen Pop. I was like, I don't want to be. I want to go a little bit higher than that.
The tough guys.
So I joined the Marine Corps when I was 17. Actually, the morning we like completed everything, and like they give you your Eagle Globe and Anchor, you become a Marine. That was my 18th birthday.
Oh, wow.
It's pretty cool.
That is cool.
Yeah, so I joined, and it was like it was easy. I got in trouble in boot camp for like not taking things serious. Because like it's all manufactured chaos, you know. It's all manufactured. Like none of it's real. They're all just trying to stress you out.
Oh, got it.
And it was just funny to me because I was like, oh, this is like it's a joke.
Yeah, you're like, this isn't even as bad as it is at home. You guys yell less.
Yeah, I was like
in boot camp.
I was like they like in a lot of people don't know this, but in Marine Corps boot camp, like they have to put you in bed and make you sleep. You have to be in bed for 8 hours every night. Like when you get up in the morning, it's nonstop chaos. It's just like fucking all day you're moving, just like screaming and freaking out. The whole day is chaos.
They have to feed you. They have to do their
Yeah, but they have to feed you 3 times a day, and they have to let you sleep for 8 hours. And that was the first time in fucking 15 years that I had anything like that. And I was like, I was like in heaven. I was like, this is fucking easy, bro. I had like pep in my step. I was like, dude, I was like,
They wanted
like,
you to be scared.
Oh man, it was like a different personality came out of me that I didn't know I had. I was like fucking being goofy and like joking around and fucking. I was like in a good zone, and then they like pulled me aside and did like a health check on me. They're like, hey, what's the matter? They were like, what's the matter with you, dude?
You're like, why are you thriving in this chaos so much?
Yeah, guys were like freaking out, and I was like, bro, it's all. They can like they do this thing in Marine Corps boot camp where they count everything. They count down. So like when you get up in the morning and they go get online, like from getting out of your bed to getting up in front of your rack, they're counting. They'll be like 20, 19, 18, 17, and they'll be like, all right, put on your boots, 20, 19, 18. They control the count. They're trying to make you under pressure, and it would like freak guys out. It would like break people. But it's like, bro, they control the count. If they don't want us to, because you'd have to, if you fucked it up, you have to start everything over again. Mm-hmm. And it would make guys like break, and they start crying and freaking out and yelling at each other. And I'm like, bro, they want us to freak. They control the count. It's not a timer. We're not fucking up. They're doing it to us. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And it just in my head, I was like, oh, it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. Yeah, it's all a fucking big joke. It's a big game to stress us out. And I was like, I can't get there with you. You'd have to like really, you'd have to be real. You have to really,
because your life was real chaos.
Yeah,
and this was manufactured.
Yeah, so it was pretty chill for me.
So why did you leave the military? It seems like it was perfect for you.
Well, once I checked into my unit, the unit that I had, my leadership was kind of shitty. They were fucking, they didn't like me, and I kind of did a few things to upset them. Because when I checked into my unit, my recruiter basically lied to me. Classic military story. Everybody it happens to. But he lied to me about what I could do when I joined, and he was like, yeah, you can submit paperwork to go active duty, and the unit you're joining with goes, they go on this like certain deployment, and you'll be able to jump on with them. Because my whole thing was like, I'm trying to get out of Las Vegas. I'm trying to join, like,
get the fuck out of town. Yeah.
And I did it to myself a little bit. I take some responsibility in that. Like, I was so eager to join and leave that I told him my original date was like August or September or something, and I was like I was supposed to be a mechanic or a truck driver, and they were like, I was like, hey, if someone drops out of this like program and you get another date that opens up, I can leave early. Like, I can leave right now. My dad already signed the paperwork. Like, whatever. They're like, okay, we'll let you know. And then they hit me up. They were like, hey, one opened like 30 days earlier. Do you want to go? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, you have to switch your job. You're not going to be a truck driver. You'll be a machine gunner. And I was like, all right, cool. I don't give a fuck. And they're like, and you're not going to be active duty. You have to be a reservist. And I was like, what does that mean? And like, so basically you'll go through boot camp, you go to machine gunner school, and then you'll come in and you'll check in with a unit here in Las Vegas, and you'll live in Las Vegas. Oh, fuck. And I was like, no, I don't want to be in Las Vegas. I want to go, and like, I'm trying to get out. And they're like, oh, don't worry about it. When you check in with your unit, you can submit your paperwork to go active duty, and then you'll be active. They'll put you with another unit. And I was like, oh, okay, cool, all right. And they go, they're like, and what your unit that you're checking in with, if you don't get recycled in boot camp and machine gunner school, they deploy in April or March or some shit, and you check in with them in March, so you'll be able to just go on this deployment with them right away. I was like, oh, fuck.
To go to war?
Yeah, to go to Iraq, and I was
Did
like,
you want him?
Awesome, sick. Yeah, I wanted to go. I wanted to be in the shit. I wanted to go. Yeah. And
that was better than Vegas.
I go through all my stuff. I don't get recycled. I check in my unit, and they're like, oh, they left. They started their work up in November. You can't go on this deployment.
Oh, fuck.
And I'm like, fuck. He goes, I go, so can I submit my paperwork to go active? They go, fuck no. I go, what? My recruiter said. They go, no, your billet is here with us. You're not leaving.
Oh.
And so now I'm like having this moment where I'm like freaking out. I'm like, oh no, like I just did all that. And
prison
now I'm right
sentence.
back here.
Yeah, it's like a prison sentence.
What am I doing? And like it was all my command, like the company first sergeant, the company, like everybody was there. So I in my head, I'm like, everybody that I could talk to was already in that room, and they said no. And someone, I don't know who the fuck told me, they were like, you should write a letter to your senator. So I wrote a letter to Senator Harry Reid.
You went above them. You cut them out, and then they hated you.
And I was like, hey, I'm a young Marine. I just checked with my unit, and they're telling me I can't be active duty. My recruiter said I could. I'm healthy. I'm able-bodied. I just want to, please help. And I'm thinking like I'm gonna get orders in the mail that are like, here's your new. Now he called headquarters Marine Corps like, hey, we have a Marine that says he's being treated unfairly.
Oh,
oh my God.
And they brought me in and they fucking ripped me. But they were pissed too because technically they fucked up. They should have let me submit that paperwork. They could have denied it.
I didn't know that they would not let you go active duty if you don't want to? You think
Because-
the military would say, sure, you want to go fight? You're allowed to go fight.
It depends on, if what they need. And at that point, that unit needed me in that billet. They have like a role to fill. That's what the contract is for, right? My recruiter is the one that fucked me. But, and technically they should have let me submit that paperwork and they told me no. So when they bring me in to chew me out, they go, who told you no? I'm like, you did, motherfucker. We were all standing there when you said no. And that kind of like put a mark on me from the beginning with them. And then they just kind of like treated me like shit. But I became like a PT stud. I was like, talk about another way of coping. I became like addicted to like endurance training. I would like smoke myself through the endorphins rush and all that shit. And I knew all my shit as being a machine gunner. Like I was a good Marine. Like I knew everything I was supposed to know. I was in good shape. I took care of my Marines. My leader, my close leadership, my team leaders and shit loved me. But all the higher ups in my unit that were like, also just shitty people too. They didn't like me because I was the guy that got them all in trouble. And I was like, in my childhood, I was like a shit talker. I was always like, had 2 cents to add to everything, especially if you were fucking wrong about something or you were an asshole or something like that. I couldn't help but like kind of like I think most people do. I have a problem with like people being bullies or shit like that. And it's like if you're kind of being like a piece of shit to somebody, there's a part of me that wants to kind of like irritate you so that you'll do it to me. Like I kind of want to draw your attention out. Like, oh, you're a fucking prick. Well, come be a prick to me. I'm not afraid of you. Like, and I'm not even to fight you. I just there's something about, maybe that's my own trauma shit, but there's something about like watching someone be shitty to someone, especially like when they're clearly doing it as a form of like, because they can, because this person's going to let them. I'm like, fuck it, come over here and like, give me some of that, because I'll just talk shit to you back. I'm not going to just let you, you know?
Yeah.
And
Do you think that's trauma? Because I'm the same way. I'm always very outspoken. Very outspoken.
It gets me into a lot of trouble though. It got me beat up a lot as a kid too.
Same.
But it's like, it got me beat up a lot. That was like part of it. All my friends liked hanging out with me because I was like the loudmouth. I was always like talking shit. I couldn't turn it off. And in the Marine Corps, it got me into trouble with higher ups because I was like, I would say shit at inappropriate times, but I was like, it would make people laugh too. I was cracking jokes and shit like that. But with my unit, it fucked me because the people that were in charge would like lose my paperwork a lot. It fucked me. It wouldn't let me go to certain schools for like furthering my career. And so when my back started getting messed up and they were like, yo, you can get out or we can give you a new job, I was like, I'm fucking done. You guys suck my dick. I'm out.
When did you first think, I want to be a fucking comic?
Oh man, it wasn't until long after. So when I got out of the Marine Corps, I was like,
So you never thought about it before when you were a kid?
I loved comedy. I loved watching comedy. I remember watching David Tell's Insomniac Tour. I remember the first like comedy special I had on VHS was Jeff Foxworthy's Blue Stingray boots, new Stingray boots. That was his special.
David Tell. I remember the David Tell Insomniac.
Yeah, dude.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember watching all those guys and loving it and loving stand up and stuff like that. But when I got to the Marine Corps, I was such a physically laborious person. Even when I was like real little, I would go on job sites with my dad and help him and scrap up. And when my arms were long enough, I would pull wallpaper off the machine and help him hang wallpaper and paint and all that shit. And so I've always been like a physical laborious person. But when I got to the Marine Corps, my back was so fucked up that like I almost couldn't walk. I couldn't. There's a lot of shit I couldn't do, and I kind of went into depression. I was like, what am I supposed to do with myself? Like, I got to fucking figure out I'm going to have to get into like white collar shit, but I didn't know how to talk in front of people that weren't Marines, you know?
Yeah.
So I was like, I gotta figure out something to push me out of this comfort zone because I'm going to have to get into like sales or something like that. And I've always been writing. I've been writing like crazy shit for a long time. Short stories, bar jokes, silly shit. So I was like, I'm going to take one of my notebooks to an open mic. I'm just like, you
just thought that one day?
I was like, I should go to a comedy open mic. I like stand up, I should go and it'll help me get more comfortable talking in front of people.
Oh wow.
And I went to this.
You were completely uncomfortable talking in front of people before this?
Not Marines. I could talk shit in front of Marines, but like in a professional setting and being able to like express like an idea and be like professional and I just didn't have a lot, even in the Marine Corps, I just didn't have a lot of experience doing it either. And I was like, now I have to get a job doing this. And I don't want to fucking be nervous and look dumb in some fucking professional sales setting. And I went to this little dive bar open mic at this Detroit Lions bar called Meatheads in Vegas. It's gone now. And I went up and this was like the gnarliest adrenaline dump I had ever had up until this point. Like my life was chaos as a kid, been in crazy environments, getting jumped and just fucking cops and, getting taken by the state. And I've never been so scared that I almost pissed myself. And I was waiting to go up, and they're always, you know, they tell you when you're like, all right, you're on deck or in the hole, there's 3 comics or 2 comics or you're next. And I'm waiting, and they're like, all right, you're in the hole, there's 2 more comics. I'm like, oh, I got to piss. So I go to the bathroom, I go piss, and I come back and watch. And they're like, all right, you're on deck, there's 1 more. I'm like, damn, I got to piss again. So I go piss, and I come back, and I'm watching the comic. They're like, all right, you're next. He's got 1 minute left, and then you're going up. And I'm like, damn, why do I feel like I got to piss again?
Oh, wow.
And I go on stage. I didn't like full outright piss my pants, but I remember getting on stage and feeling myself piss a little bit in my pants. Just like losing bowel control because the adrenaline dump was so heavy. And I do the set, and it wasn't like this fucking crusher set, this moment. Oh, I'm going to be a comic. It was just like I just had fun. I got off stage, adrenaline dump. I was like, man.
Did it go good or did you bomb?
Yeah, it went good. Like it was, I didn't bomb, but I didn't like have this crusher set either. It was just good. It was just me up there like kind of reading from my notebook.
Okay.
And I still have it on tape too. I still have the set.
Nice. How old were you then?
I was 20. That was October 2013. So I was 22.
22. How long ago was that? How many years?
13 years.
13 years.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the beginning. Okay.
Yeah. And I got off stage and I was like, man, that was free. That was legal. I'm not in trouble. Nobody's hurt. That was dope, man. I want to do that. I'm going to do some more of this.
Wow.
And I got into sales and I started doing sales in Vegas. And for about 2 years.
Oh, this is out in Vegas. You did that on Vegas.
Yeah, this is in Vegas. For about 2 years, I was doing sales gigs and I was making okay money and doing open mics and having fun and shit like that. And then I went to Chicago to do some sales work. And up until that point, I had only ever done like bar shows and shit. It was like just doing like dive bars in Vegas. And while I was in Chicago, I was like, man, I should hit an open mic while I'm out here. And I went to this place called the Comedy Shrine in Aurora. And it's like a club, but it's like a kind of a museum to comedy. But they have a club. They have like a black box theater. The bar is outside. The server comes in, take orders. Everybody's facing one way. It's like a club.
Oh, wow.
And it was the first time I had gotten up in a place like that. So I go up and I do their open mic. And it's like a 5-minute open mic. And I fucking crushed. And I was like, oh, this is what comedy's supposed to be like. Like, everybody's paying attention. There's not a fucking TV on. There's not, you know what I mean? It's not a dive bar. People don't give a fuck. And it kind of reignited me. I was like, oh, I'm kind of good at this. Like, I'm funny. Like, in the right environment, like, I can actually really do this. And it got my head turned a little bit. Fast forward, I get talked into going to NorCal to do solar sales. The money was real big in solar at that time. And they fucking showed us the numbers. We're like, oh, man, we can make fucking $250,000 this year. Oh, let's go. And then we get there. I've like literally drive out there with no place to live. I'm like sleeping in my car in NorCal. And
shit.
But they're like, oh, we don't have any leads for you. You have to go door knock.
Oh, shit.
Oh my God.
Fuck. Okay.
She packed all your shit up in a car, left Vegas to go to
left Chicago.
Oh, Chicago.
Drove to
damn.
NorCal, yeah. And so now I'm in NorCal, door knocking. It's summertime, and I'm living in my car. I'm eating cans of ravioli and Ritz crackers in my front seat. Not even realizing at the time I was still shaving my head, and I was like, man, I'm like at people's doors with a scar on my face and my head shaved. People don't, like, it never even occurred to me, dude. I was like, people are not letting me in the house. And I was, after like a month, I was like, oh, what am I doing? And I realized, I was like, man, I know how to like work really hard. Like I got discipline. I know about sacrifice. Like I should take this and like just fucking hone it and put it into something that I like to do, something that I'm good at. And I was like, I think I'm gonna like go after stand-up. I think I'm going to really try and do that. I'm going to try and get good at stand-up. So I fucking literally started my car up, drove to Vegas, and I got like a couple like shitty little part-time jobs, and I started doing shows and mics as much as I could for like 2 years.
How often?
Every night I was getting up.
Wow.
Whether it was at like open mics or little bar shows, just every night just trying to get better and get better. And after like 2 years...
And are you getting paid for any of these?
Very rarely.
Okay.
Very, very rarely. Yeah. And if you do, it ain't much.
Yeah.
And I was like, I wanted to get better, and I signed up for improv classes here in LA and some writing classes here in LA. And a friend of mine, I was coming out like once a week to do these classes at Second City. And a friend of mine was like, yo, man, I have a show at above a Hooters on Hollywood Boulevard.
Nice, I know that Hooters.
So yeah, they're gone now. On Wednesday night, he's like,
that's actually a big location.
Yeah. So he was like, are you going out there? Will you give me a ride? I was like, yeah, man, but I'm like sleeping in my car. I have class on Tuesday. So if you want to come with me, we can crash in my car. He's like, all right. So we drove out. I go to class Tuesday, and then we sleep in my car out by the railroad tracks off of like fucking like in San Bernardino. We were sleeping. The train came by so often that at one point it didn't come by, and we woke up like, where's the fucking train? Sleep in the car. And
The
then
cops ever come by?
No,
The thing
no.
where these two gay dudes doing out here
Yeah,
by
it's
train
fucking-
tracks.
we know what you boys are doing out here.
Yeah, we know.
And then
what
we
the
go
cops
do
are
the
doing.
show at the Hooters that night. And the dude who ran the Hooters show, a good friend of mine now, his name's Stephen Holloman. He doesn't do comedy anymore. He had a daughter. He lives in Arizona. But I do the show that night, and basically it's right on Hollywood Boulevard. They have like a little street team.
Yeah.
They're like barking people in off the street. They run this little room. And I'm like, damn, this is fucking awesome, man. I told him, I was like, hey, man, anytime I'm in LA, I would love to come help you with the show. He's like, yeah, man, anytime you're in town, come see me. So that kind of started this ritual where for like a year, I would come out on Monday night. I would take a writing class, hang out at the Comedy Store and watch comedy Monday night. Tuesday night, take improv, sleep in my car again. And then Wednesday, I would do the Hooters show, and then I would drive back to Vegas Wednesday night. And I did that
How
for
long did you sleep in your car?
Well, so I did that for like a year where I would sleep in my car Monday, Tuesday night. And then finally I was kind of like, after about a year of that, I was like, man, if I want to get better, I have to move to LA.
What kind of car were you sleeping in?
Toyota Prius.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
All right, shut up. Really?
So hold on. Then we're gonna have to go back in the story. So how is two grown men your size in a Prius sleeping by the
One
rail
grown
trail?
man
You
sleeps
guys
in a
had to
fucking
spoon.
Prius.
You fold
Be honest for a second. Be honest for a second. Were you guys? What position were you guys sleeping in?
He rolled his foreskin over.
Nice. Me and Michael do that every day.
No, I fold the back seat down and
Right.
push the passenger seat forward, and then
he
I put
sleeps
my
on top of it.
head of the trunk and my feet forward, and then, like I have just enough space to sleep like that. And then he reclines the driver's seat down, and then he can roll over and blow me.
Nice. Reenact that in my car.
But we did that. That was one night. I came back on my own.
Sure it was.
But I owe it to him for like connecting me to that show. And I don't know if he does comedy anymore either. But he connected me to Stephen Holloman and got me involved with Hooters and all that shit. But so after a year of that, I was like, I got to move to LA because what happened was I was hanging out at the Comedy Store Monday night.
Wait a minute. Also, you said that when you came to LA, they didn't like you because you were like too much of a man's man. But you should have just showed them the car, bro. It would have been good. They'd
I had
accept you in
Prius
LA.
jokes. I had plenty of Prius jokes. But so I moved out here. I was like, oh, I want to get better. I want to like work in these clubs and be like these club guys because I would watch guys at the Comedy Store late night deal with these crowds that were like, I was watching like Hinchcliffe and Theo Vaughn and shit like that, watching them work these late night crowds at the Comedy Store in the OR that were like super drunk, foreign, been watching comedy for 4 fucking hours. They're exhausted, whatever. But watch these guys go up and fucking work them and still get laughs. And I was like, damn, if I want to get good, I have to come here. So I loaded my car up and I moved to LA and I lived in my car out here for 4 years.
4 fucking years.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, and 4 days after I moved here, I got hired as a door guy at the Hollywood Improv. So I was like, bro, talk about a whirlwind.
What the fuck?
I move out here. 4 days later, I get hired as a door guy at one of the bigger clubs. They're not at the Comedy Store is like the club, but the Improv, you know, it was still like great to be working at one of the major clubs and to watch comedy every night. But I would work at the Improv from like 7 to midnight or 2 a.m. I would get off work. And I had a retail job at Burton in Santa Monica. I would get off work, drive to Santa Monica, sleep next to the 24-hour fitness by the airport.
Go shower in there.
Go shower in the morning, go work at Burton from like 9 a.m. to 5, then drive to the Improv and work at the Improv that night. And nights I didn't work at the Improv, I was doing the Hooters show or like shows around town. And I did that for like 4 fucking years, man. It was just like
You're a driven dude. That's
developing
fucking
myself.
awesome.
And it was fucking awesome, man. I would get off work at
Did
like
you
2
ever
a.m.
get pussy? How did that work?
Yeah, I was getting pussy.
You'd roll up on the Prius and be like, "Here's where we're sleeping tonight."
No. I was always open with chicks. I was always very like, hey, I live in my car. I'm a workaholic.
You always make sure they have a pad. You're like, when you meet him, you're like, you got a pad, right?
Yeah, you
If
got
they
a place
don't.
to sleep, right? But every once in a while, a chick would be like, you live in your car? That's exciting. Take me to your place. Every once in a while, you know. But yeah, it was super thrilling, man. I would get off work at like 2 a.m. and I'd be standing out on Melrose or Sunset. And I'm like, man, I'm fucking doing it, bro. Like, this is where I'm supposed to be. I'm getting
Most
better
people
at
would be
comedy.
so ungrateful
It was incredible. It was everything I
to
wanted.
be living that life right there, and there you are. You're like so grateful.
It's kind of the reality of trying to like move to LA though from somewhere else, and the cost of living out here is just
you know what,
is ridiculous. I mean, we're used to it. We live here and we have our own place.
And there's a lot of
but-
comics doing it,
Yeah,
too.
dude, you
What's the
fucking
other-
come to California and it's hard to get on your feet.
But the
It's-
fact that he's not an addict or using at this time, living in his car for 4 years,
Yeah.
fucking working 2 fucking jobs. But doing something. But here, let me ask you this. Let me throw it to you this way: Were you ever looking at it as work because you love doing it, right?
No, I fucking loved it. And that's the thing. It was so fucking exciting. It was so exciting to be working at a comedy club and to be like working with all your buddies and running. So that Hooters show like really developed. It's so funny because it's like, oh, it's above a Hooters, a fucking weird bar show. But when I showed up and started helping him, I took all this, this fucking type A like control and organization, and I helped him like turn it into this really awesome show. Because when I found the show with him, it was like, or when I found him and he was already running the show, it was kind of this thing that they were just kind of getting drunk and doing their thing, and I showed up like, all right, what if we did like, and he also like kind of had a little bit of a spark for it, so I ignited that in him, and we turned it in, not to like brag about it, but that show was like the #1 independent show in LA for a couple years running. Like, we created a system that was so fucking good that like we would bring people in off Hollywood Boulevard, and I work with this comic. His name's Todd Glass. He's like a veteran comic in the game. He's been in the game a long time. He's a really good dude, and he's to put it lightly, he's autistic. He's very like specific about like producing shows and how to. The phrase how to train an audience, because you can't just like put someone in a seat and go, all right, show starts in 10 minutes, have a good time. Particularly for an independent show, if you're barking people off Hollywood Boulevard, you got crazy people. You have to like screen people. People like, oh, you want to see a show? Cool, come in. Oh, you guys visiting? You local? You like stand-up comedy? Cool. Make sure your phones are on silent. You're talking to them. You're like, oh, is this person really drunk? Are they an asshole? They think they're too cool to be here? Are they super foreign? Do they even fucking speak English? Versus just like throwing people up into a room.
So this is a whole scene though in Hollywood. Me not from being out here. This is like is this going on all up and down Hollywood Boulevard? As far as pulling people in off the crowds?
Yeah. So we had a street team like spread out all on Hollywood Boulevard. We made all these signs and shit, and we would get people up in the room, and like we made the room like dark. We put curtains up, stage, spotlight. As you get up there, you start talking quieter to people. You get people in the zone. Like, you're not just like coming up to watch a free show, motherfucker. Yeah. You're like, it's a comedy show. Make sure your phones are on silent. Your server's gonna come around. Here's your seats.
Yeah.
And we created like this fucking awesome space where like we were having. It developed me for fucking 4 years. Like that room helped me get better at comedy every Wednesday night.
Were you performing at those?
Yeah. I would get up twice a night. He would book me on.
Shit,
we do
that's awesome.
We do a book show, and then after we would do an open mic.
Wow.
And I would get a spot on the book show, and then I would sign up for the open mic too. I'd get up to, both times.
Wow.
But no, it was fucking incredible, man. We ran like the hottest show. I'm working at the Improv, and
then what happened?
And then COVID happened.
Oh fuck.
And COVID, man. So that show, it was called Comedy Chow, was the name of the show, and we wanted to get into the Comedy Store, and we got a date in 2019 on a Sunday between Christmas and New Year's in the Belly Room, and we fucking sold it out. I got to host it. Todd Glass got to headline it, and it went fucking great. We had our second day. They gave us another date in April of 2020, and the country closed down in March 2020.
Damn.
And so some more backstory. One of the reasons I lived in my car, you're talking about the cost of living out here. When I moved to LA, I owned a little 2-bedroom condo in Vegas that I had saved from fucking doing security and sales and all this shit. And I was like, I'm not paying my mortgage in Vegas. I'm not paying rent in LA at the same time. I don't want to live with 10 fucking dudes. I'll just live in my car. So COVID happens, and for like 3 days, I'm kind of like, I do some acid on a buddy's couch. I'm hanging out, But after like 3 days of that shit, everybody's doing drugs. I'm just like, nah, man. Like, I came to work. Like, I can't just like, dude, I can't just sit around like this. It doesn't feel right. So I was like, I'm gonna go back to Vegas for a little while till shit opens back up, and like sleep in my own fucking bed.
Yeah.
My sister was renting a room for me at the time, so I go home, I'm eating fucking dinner every night. My sister's an amazing cook. Eating dinner every night, sleeping in my bed. So for like a month, I'm like, oh man, like my body's, I'm like feeling better. I'm like, oh, I kind of needed this. Okay, cool. Month 2 comes around, I'm getting restless. I'm like smoking weed. I'm going on hikes. Month 3, I'm like, all right, I'm writing. I'm like trying to stay busy. By like month 4, month 5, I have my first like hardcore mental breakdown where I'm like, what happened? Like everything's so close. What happened to all the momentum we created? Like what happened? What's gonna happen? What happened to comedy? What have I been doing for the past 4 years? Did I just waste I'm like freaking the fuck out. And I had like a legit mental breakdown. That was the first time I got into therapy, and I found out I get a lot of my self-worth from like work and accomplishing things and doing shit.
Yeah.
And I got a job because that's what the therapist was like, yeah, you can't just be sitting around. You're going crazy. So I got a job doing security in Vegas. And one of my comic buddies who left, he's also a Vegas guy, left Vegas the same time I did to go to LA. He went to Chicago. And eventually when I started having lots of good opportunities in LA, I made him come from Chicago to LA, and we both lived in our cars. He also lived in a Prius. He lived in a Prius, too.
You started a trend.
We park right next to each other.
homeless Prius trend.
Yeah.
He finds out I got a job at a hotel that he used to work at in Vegas before he left to go do everything. He goes, what? He goes, you're working? He's like, fuck that, dude. Texas is open. Arizona's open. Let's go on the road. Let's go do shows. And I only worked security for like 2 months. I quit. I was like, all right, let's go. And we went to Arizona for a little bit. We went to Austin for a little bit. And this was like pre-Rogan. Austin was fucking awful.
You guys were doing comedy, back to doing
Yeah,
comedy.
just doing shows and
Right
shit, little bar shows and open mics, just doing something, just
Yeah.
to keep our heads busy.
Yeah.
And then the Improv opened back up, and I come back to the Improv, worked there for a few months, and Stephen Hallman, who ran Comedy Chow, he had a daughter, and through COVID and all that shit, his eyes kind of, he's like, I'm fucking out of this city, dude. He went back to Arizona, so the Comedy Chow show stopped. It was over, and I kind of became a free agent for independent shows, and I was like, people knew I set like kind of my reputation was that like, oh, I know how to produce shows, and I'm like type A as fuck, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm working back at the Improv. COVID's going on. They're doing like temperature guns and vaccine cards and 6 foot distance. And some buddies of mine were like, yo, man, we're going to open a little they ran like podcast studios, little small studios, and they were making okay money. And they were like, we want to open a venue that's a podcast studio and a venue for like shows. Will you come help us? Since Comedy Chow's not happening anymore, will you come help us build this out and do it and create a system? And I was like, fuck yeah. And I tried to go down to like 1 day a week at the Improv, and they were like, it's 2 days or nothing. So I fucking quit, and I helped these guys open a little black box in East Hollywood called Third Wheel.
Nice.
And that became like the new Comedy Chow for like 3 years.
Nice.
We opened that up, and all the clubs, while they were doing all their restrictions, we were just like, come on in.
Yeah.
And bro, we were fucking packed. So I ran the midnight show for him, and it was 7 nights a week. Every night at midnight there was a show there.
Bro.
And it was sold out every fucking night. It was like the hottest show, man. It was fucking
And
incredible.
people wanted to come out because COVID was happening, and they're losing their fucking minds.
Yeah, and the comics too. Comics were hungry for stage time, so like the community that built up around it, it was amazing, man.
That's awesome.
And then the clubs, after a few years, the clubs were in full swing, and we were competing with that. And the guys who ran the club, one of them died, and it fucked all of them up, and a lot of shit got weird, and they started losing money, and they couldn't pay people, and they had to sell it off. So we stopped doing that a few years ago, but still developing out here. I didn't move to LA to like make it or to like to become famous. I literally moved out here just to get better at stand up. And it's funny, my dad called me the other day, left a message. He's like, you better not ever fucking quit stand up. He goes, I watched some of your old videos and some of your new ones. He goes, you're so much better. Like, holy shit, you're so good now. He's like, don't fucking quit. I was like, I'm not gonna fucking quit. But it's like, that's why I came out here. I just wanted to get better. That's it.
What's life look like today for you in the comic realm?
Today,
Still have the Prius?
No, so I got that car when I started doing sales because I had a pickup truck that driving around town, I was spending too much gas. So I got it brand new, leased it, and then when the lease ran out, I bought it out. So I went from like 13 miles on it. I put 350,000 miles on it, and the engine blew up on me driving to Vegas one year. So I paid like $6,000, fixed it, I sold it, and then I got a little like Honda CRV now. But now comedy is I'm just trying to headline other cities. I don't have an agent or a manager, and I kind of I want some help from the industry or something like that. But the new model is the power's all in our hands. Like, you don't need an agent or a manager anymore. It's Instagram and YouTube. You can do it all yourself, which is great. We have all the power and the control, but it's also a lot of fucking work, and it kind of takes away from the comedy sometimes. You're not just writing jokes and you're not just the talent. Now you have to do all the business too.
Yeah.
And because I'm so fucking, I can do that, but also it kind of burns you the fuck out. And it can make you a little bitter too when you don't have any fucking help. You're like, nobody wants to help me. No headliner wants to take me on the road. You just like, it turns into this thing. You're like, okay, I'll do it myself, but fuck, make me feel really alone in this,
Yeah.
So now I'm just like trying to headline and use these fans that I'm building online to like sell tickets out on the road and trying to spread the word about the military shows. Because the only way I get those military shows is I still send letters out. Every week I drop a letter in the mail to a unit. So they either get a letter or someone from a unit we did a show goes to another unit and recommends us. But I'm doing the model now is clips on Instagram, long form shit on YouTube, and podcasts, coming on podcasts and talking, because now you don't need a fucking publicist.
Right.
You don't need to get on late night television.
Yeah, social media has changed the game.
Yeah,
and
you don't need
it's so different
you don't
now.
need the old market anymore.
Yeah.
This is you guys are the new gatekeepers. Podcast. It's to come on, share your story. Let our viewers find out who you are. Talk shit. Let them hear that you're funny. Let them hear that you have like you've been doing this and and your heart's in it and people want to follow that shit.
Yeah.
So it's like that's the whole focus right now, man. It's just releasing content. Pushing people to an email list so that I can fucking hit them up when I have a headline date in their city and coming on podcasts and just like talking shit and helping people find me. That's
Right
it.
on. Well, why don't we give a shout out on your nonprofit? How can somebody find you on that?
This is your camera here.
Oh yeah, so the nonprofit, it's called Rapid Fire Comedy Tour. You can go to our website. It's just .org, rapidfirecomedytour.org, and you can all the info's on there. It took me a couple years to like fucking get a website to look good, but you'll see it. We've got post-show interviews, clips from shows, letters of recommendations from shows. You can go donate on there because like
That
we're
would
getting
be
a lot of these shows are free.
Yep.
You can go donate, even $5. Most of our overhead is like renting a van, putting gas in the van. So $5 puts gas in the van. But if you donate like $100, I'll send you a dope ass one of our rapid fire hoodies. They're cool as shit. That's for the rapid fire stuff. But if you just find me on Instagram, you can find everything through there. My Instagram is Michael the Angelo because Michael D'Angelo, some dickhead with like 9 followers that plays guitar. He's got that.
He's got that.
So someone go bully him.
Yeah, everybody report
go
that guy.
spam that page,
Everybody
bro.
report that guy immediately.
So I had to make the handle Michael the Angelo. So that's me on Instagram. You can find everything on there. But yeah, man, it's all online now. Just find me and watch all the shit and hit me up.
How about a quick joke? One of your newest jokes.
One of my newest jokes.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at the Jews. I'm just disappointed.
Oh.
No, I'll tell you.
I have a good Jewish joke.
Stop. Just stop.
No, I told you guys the LSD thing, right? The VA. I didn't tell you that.
Yeah.
That's
you
kind
told
of
us
like I'm working on that story, but yeah, I'll end it with the Jew laugh.
All right, Michael D'Angelo, what a pleasure.
Thanks for having me, guys.
You can find us on Solo and Doc on all social media platforms. Fuck the Stigma on all social media platforms. Thanks again.